So in the Old Testament, Abraham is given some promises. And one of the promises is that he's going to be made a great nation. And that all the world is going to be, another one is that all the world is going to be blessed through him. And so Abraham and the promise to Abraham and the promise to the patriarchs of this nation and this land, and it comes to be known as the, quote, promised land, right? Y'all have all heard about that, right? The promised land. Land that has been promised to Abraham and his descendants and the nation, and they took that very seriously. Like, this is our land, and this is our ancestral heritage, and this was given to me by God, and this is, right, my promised land. So what do we do with our little piece of the promised land here on earth? This is taking me to the Acts of the Apostles. The Apostle Barnabas sold a piece of property that he owned, right? Because he no longer saw his promised land as here. Where's the new promised land? Where's the promised land of us? Where are we on pilgrimage to? When Jesus went up to the mountain, the top of the mountain, and was transfigured before Moses and Elijah, he spoke about his exodus. And what happened when the Jewish people left Egypt and slavery in Egypt, and they went on their exodus, what was their destination? Their destination was the promised land. And so they're like, hey, we got some land that's been promised to us. We're going. And so off they went to the promised land. And now the new covenant has come. And you know, when I approach the altar to celebrate Mass, one of the prayers that I pray is that I'm entering into or onto the mountain of the Lord. I'm going to the sanctuary, to the Holy of Holies. Now, where was the holy mountain? Where was the Holy of Holies? It was in Jerusalem, right? But now where is it? Well, it's here. It's heaven. Heaven and earth come together in the Mass, right? And so, where is your promised land? Is it heaven? Or is it something material? Or is it something the Holy Spirit gives to us? Now, again, the reading from the Acts of the Apostles and the communal life, you know, the communal life is an ideal that I think has been exercised in the church in different places and times. Even right here, we have religious community, the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. They hold everything in common. You drive over to, you have the Benedictine Monastery in Covington, right? And they have a communal life. And so there is this reality that's still with us. But I think that the point that transcends living a communal life and everybody living in community is that we recognize that this isn't home, right? That this isn't the promised land. That our promised land, we cross over the River Jordan into the promised land when we end this life and we get our eternal inheritance that has been promised to us. So, the Apostle Barnabas, he wasn't too worried about giving up his ancestral heritage. It was no longer that important to him. So he sold it. And so I think that's all of us are supposed to not be attached to the things of the world because they're not eternal. They're not our promised land.